What's up, everyone? Welcome to my show. Something a little different. Well, not really different. I've done it before, but hey. Nothing really to show right now. I don't have any packages. I still got one coming in the mail. It still hasn't shown yet. Supposed to show yesterday, but it didn't come in. But hey. Just had gotten a couple of questions that I figured I would answer from friends of mine. They're like, "Oh, make a video about it." I'm like, "All right, everything's. I make a video about everything nowadays." But I wanted to throw this out there as well. Apparently, Q&A videos are all the rage now. So if anyone has any questions they want to ask, lovely old me, be sure to throw a comment on the bottom of this video. And if I get enough of them, I will definitely make a video answering all the questions that I get. If I get like only one or two, maybe I'll just comment away on the thing there. But who knows? Maybe I'll make a video anyway. I don't know. So if you have any questions you want to ask little old me, like I said, put it in the comments. A couple questions I will answer. Because I seem to be getting this a lot, especially from my friends. They're like, "When are you moving? What's the state of my collection?" A whole bunch of things. And honestly, like I said, I don't know. I'm supposed to be moving sometime in January. We still haven't had a chance to even start looking yet, which is bad, I guess. But the wife has got a pretty smart idea on what to do, because if you do too many inquiries into your what is it, like your credit and stuff like that, like credit checks, it actually damages your credit. So she's waiting to like the last possible second to go to the bank and say, "Hey, do a credit check on myself and her." Hopefully we don't know yet. This is not an exact thing, but we might be getting married soon. We got to see. It's not going to be a wedding or anything. It's basically just going to be, I guess, hanging out in the courthouse with some people. I always say the wife and I anyway, so it doesn't really matter. We're technically married in a way anyway. All that's left is just paperwork. So one of the real main reasons we want to do that before we even do a credit check is that if we're married, you can get a whole bunch of different things onto your mortgage. Especially if my credit's been getting actually pretty good lately. Let's hope I keep it that way. So my credit, along with her credit, might actually bump us up a lot. So that's that. So we'll have to wait and see. Haven't decided yet. We're just throwing the idea around. We're like, hey, we should just get married. Might as well. It's been, it's going to be 15 years in January that we were together. So it's a long time. Yeah. So we'll see. So hopefully in October the end of October, like I said, at the end of October, we'll have everything packed. So when we start, we can just focus on looking for a house or whatever it is we're going to do. We don't have to worry about packing by then, or like minor things like the microwave or toaster oven. Minor things that you gotta leave to last anyway. The state of my collection. This is pretty funny. I'm actually ahead on packing my stuff. Thank God. I've been packing a lot. I've had a couple days off when I was sick. I've been doing a lot that I shouldn't have been doing because it kind of wore me out a lot. But I'm feeling a little better, thank God. So actually today I had the day off. I got a lot of stuff done. I got a lot of stuff packed. Now what's disturbing, like I said, state of my collection. As I was packing, I'm kind of weird, so I'm like, all right, let me just check these boxes and make sure everything is, packed nice and tight or nice and neat, and so nothing will break. And what you can't see, but over this way, I like I said, my camera sucks, so I can't even right now, just make a video walking around with it. So I got to use this, which is a plus. But what you can't see over there is for the past 2 years since we've been here, we've had, the wife hates it, but we have no choice. In back of the couch is just nothing but stacks and stacks and stacks of boxes that go almost to the ceiling. And then, of course, behind the TV, which is over that way you can't see, is another set of boxes upon boxes upon boxes going all the way up. In the crawl space, which you can't see over here, it's a little itty bitty doorway, about yay big. You can barely put a body in there. Now, here's another couple of stacks of boxes. In my closet, all the way in the corner, is stacks of boxes that have been there. These aren't the ones that I've unpacked. These are ones that I've had for years that I haven't touched. And even most of them are from almost, I want to say almost a decade ago, that I haven't opened up in forever. which is insane because I started going through them like, all right, maybe there's stuff I can donate that I'm not gonna really care about anymore. Maybe there's there's so that was kind of the real point. And I opened up one box. I'm not even kidding. It was just a box full of trading cards, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. I found a lot of old Garbage Pail Kids. I found almost my entire X-Men collection, the X-Men cards from '92. I was like, oh my god. I was like, oh man. And I went up when I was up in my cave. Found a binder that had just a bunch of mixed cards. Like I said, just threw in there and then forgot about it. I pulled that and I had stacks upon stacks of just empty sleeves, and I'm like, what the hell, So I started filling it up, but I still haven't even gotten through the entire box. So I'm like, you know what? This is not the time to do that. So I just looked through it. I found some old wrestling cards. I found like tons of stuff like old Nintendo cards. I just kind of left it alone, put it to the side. But what else is sick too is a lot of people ask me, oh, how many DVDs do you have? Because when I had a couple people come over this apartment, they've never seen, the Bethpage apartment where most people saw, and some stuff I had in storage then too. I must have over 100 and something boxes that are just DVDs that I haven't even looked at in, I couldn't tell you how long. And I was going through them, and I was just, because I had marked them originally, but I guess it wore off or whatever it is. So I was going through them yesterday. I was like, oh my god, I opened up a box, like tons of DVDs. I'm like, oh man, I forgot I had all those. And I'm like, wow, my DVD collection rivals, it might be more or maybe just a little bit less of my comic collection. I have to have over like 5,000 DVDs at least. At least. No, that's not accurate. Maybe that's a little too high. Maybe 2,000. It's got to be at least 2,000. It can't be. It might be 5, but I think it's got to be at least 2,000 DVDs, depending on what you consider like a box set. If you go by DVD per DVD in the box set, then yeah, maybe it is 5,000 because I have tons of TV series, a ton of old everything. So that's insane. That's another thing. I was like, you know what? I was gonna donate stuff for that. I'm like, you know what? Leave it packed. So that's a lot of majority of stuff behind the couch over there. There's nothing but stacks of DVDs. I had packed, which another thing you can't see, right on the, well, I guess your left side, of the door, is a bookshelf that had all my DVDs. I packed all that up yesterday. Only thing left over there is my Blu-rays, which is, just a small tower. So yeah, it's insane. Like I was opening up stuff. I was finding old 80s toys that I forgot I had. I thought I lost a long time ago. I was like, wow, you got to be kidding me. But like I said, I would show them, but like I said, I packed them all back up. I didn't really take them all out. I just kind of brief looked, taped everything backed up, and just stacked everything neatly going. Like I said, it's almost to the ceiling, and I'm not done, but I'm almost done packing. Like I have pretty much the essential stuff down here is all done. Most of the stuff in the cave is done, except for a couple trade paperbacks. I still have tons of DVDs up in the cave that I got a box. That's next on my list today, is to hopefully box all that. Another thing is, like, I forgot I had too. Open up the one side of my closet. I don't really even, just, not that I forgot about it, but I just kind of don't mess with that side. It's kind of just stacked with so much stuff. And behind a couple boxes was all my weaponry from when I was in martial arts. Like I had my hook swords, my ninja sword, samurai swords. I was like, oh my god, I forgot all about this stuff. Blowgun, crossbow, daggers. I was like, oh man. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, wow, I haven't seen them in at least 2 years. I haven't gone into that little section of the closet, which is pretty impressive considering the closet isn't that big. But it was just, all the stuff was just hidden behind there because I remember hiding it behind there because I didn't want anyone to get hurt. If anyone walked and wandered in there and grabbed something and sliced their finger off, hey. Because everything in there is very, very sharp. I always keep it like that. I always kept it sharp, and I guess not touching it didn't really dull anything, so hey. But yeah, it's just so much stuff I've been finding. Like I have tons of mini busts that were upstairs in the collection, in the man cave, comic room, whatever you want to call it. That, not that I forgot I had, but haven't seen the light of day in years. So I'm hoping, because I was talking to the wife, basically, we were discussing the whole future of if we get a house kind of thing. Everything's if. But, which sucks. It sucks waiting. It really, really does. But hopefully the wait will be worth it. We've been waiting forever to get a house, and every time it just seems to just slap in the face, which this might be no different. But I was talking to her and she's like, well, what do you want to do? Like, what is your thing you want to do with the house? Like, what exactly is? Because I basically told her originally I wanted a comic book room, man cave kind of thing, and then the rest of the house was hers to deal with. But seeing all this stuff, I kind of had said to her, I was like, we have to get a 3-bedroom house at least. And she's like, why? She's like, what's your thing? And I was like, the reason is, I was like, what I would like to do, I guess this is the wife's question. I was like, what I would like to do is make a movie room kind of area that's a slash kind of guest room. So all my movie stuff, like my movie posters, my movie toys, my movie statues, all that stuff would go in there. And, the TV would go in there, the video games would all go in there. Everything movie or entertainment related would go in there. All the DVDs, the Blu-rays, everything. So that it's kind of all in one spot, which makes sense, I guess, in a way. Like, I have so many movie posters and stuff like that, it would probably take me forever to actually kind of make it look really cool, which I'd have the time. So she's like, oh, okay. She's kind of like, and then I was like, and then the other thing is I'd like to have another room that would be, I guess, the man cave comic room, which everything comic book related, would go in that room. Like all my comic books, my comic posters, my comic toys, anything comic book related, would go in there. Makes sense, right? So she's like, so now you want 2 rooms. She's like, originally you were going to have 1. She's like, now you're getting 2 out of the 3. That's if we get a 3. And she's like, and then of course we have the master bedroom that would be, ours, but I would say mostly hers, because the one we have now is mostly decorated by her. Like I told her, I was like, I don't care, decorate the house however you want it, but if you leave those 2 rooms alone, we're cool. And I was even said to her, I was like, the movie room, I was like, like I said, it'll function as a guest room as well, because we don't always have that many guests, so at least it's kind of killing 2 birds with 1 stone. And I was like, it's not like I'm being greedy and say, hey, all my stuff's going there. I was like, anything, because she's got a lot of movie-related stuff too. I was like, anything like that of yours can go in there as well. And it's our movie room, our guest room, But then she brought up an interesting point. She's like, what if we have a kid? I was like, yay. Which could happen. And I was like, okay, well, then if that happens, then, you got to do the man kind of thing. And you got to be like, hey, you know what? One of the rooms has got to get given up. So I guess the comic book room would have to be eliminated, and then that would be the kids' room, which wouldn't be that bad, because if you think about it, hopefully my kid will love comic books, which I'm sure they probably won't, because I'll probably be like, hey, check out Spider-Man, and they'll get so sick of it, they're like, I don't want to mess with it, Dad. Boy or girl. But I said to her, I was like, if I decorate the comic book room either way, it could turn into a kid's room. It kind of makes sense. So I was like, but hopefully, if I had my way, if I really had my dream come true, we'd get a house with like a really cool basement, and the basement would become the movie comic book room, man cave, basement cave, whatever. And then if we had a 3-bedroom, then the 3-bedroom thing would be just, whatever. You could have a guest room, you could have the kids' room, and then we'd have our room. So that's the real dream right there. I was like, I would love to see that. And she's kind of like, oh, well, we don't know what's going to happen. I'm like, I know. You gotta see, and you gotta work with what you get. Which I'll be happy getting a house in general. It sounds messed up, but that's like the one big thing in my life. It's the only thing that the wife and I seem to really be focusing on, because it's just been kicking our ass. It's just trying to get a house and just get it going, because it's just, it's kind of annoying. It really is, because that's all that's on this in this head. It's just bugging around, like, how can we get a house? How can we get a house? How can we get a house? And the 2 of us have been busting our ass this year, like literally just doing overtime, doing extra hours, doing, going in on our days off, doing this, doing that, just to try to get enough money to get ourselves there, if that makes sense. But everything always comes up. The cat needed to go to the vet, the dog needed to go to the vet, the dog had to have surgery, the dog had to have this, the cat had to have this. The car started to go. We had to fix the car. It's just endless. It's just nonstop hell that just keeps coming around. That every single time we try to do today, it's always something. It's always something. But I keep saying to her, which I hope I'm not wrong, I keep saying, hey, it'll be that much more worth it. That's proper English, I guess. When we actually finally get a house, and we could say, hey, we did it. But we'll see. So that was a long-winded answer to a lot of things. So that pretty much covers everything. But hopefully, like I said, if everything's oh God, it's like a what if version of my life. What if we had a house? What if we had a dinosaur? What if we had, anyway. The big thing I would love to do is because I love sharing my stuff on here. I love it. Is if we got enough room just to display my entire collection, to really show you what I have, like to actually have all my boxes empty, everything out, you know, and just ready to go, and be like, hey, then you would see, forgive the language, but you see some serious shit. Um, like I said, I have boxes that I haven't opened in almost a decade. I'm just like, wow. I opened a few, like I said, 4 or 5 of them, you know, out of like the probably 50 that I have. And I'm just like, wow, I forgot I had that. Oh my God, look at that, you know. And it hurts a little bit because I'm just like, wow, I totally forgot I had that, and I'd love to put that out. But here I can't do it because here there's just not enough room. And that's kind of my fault in a way, because I don't think the house will ever be big enough for half this stuff. So, but yeah, if we get a house, what if? If we get a house, hopefully I'll be able to show my collection in its entirety. You can actually see everything I have, which is pretty impressive. I'm going to have to give myself a little bit of a clap there. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff. But we'll see. Like I said, I don't know. The wife kind of is like, oh, you should donate stuff. You should sell stuff. You know, we'll get more money towards everything else. So, I don't know. But if I do decide to sell something, or I do decide to donate it, because when it gets closer to the move, I don't have many more moves left in me. I even told the wife, she said the same thing, as we don't have that many more moves like in our body. We just can't do it anymore. It's getting, we've moved so many times in our lifetime that are just disturbing. And I told her, I was like, I just can't. I was like, I really have probably maybe one major move left in me. But the problem is, if we don't get a house, then we'll probably have to move to another apartment. So then that'll be another move, and then another move, and then, you know, it just, ugh. But, I don't know, it drains you. It really drains you. Anyone who's ever moved more than once, you know, well, moving once is hard enough as it is. Try doing it multiple times. It's nuts. It really drains you on your soul and your body. There's just so much stuff. And I never really realized, I guess I didn't realize when we moved to this place, how much stuff that I have alone, not even talking about my wife, but just how much stuff. Like, I was like, oh my God, because the movers, they moved it all into the old apartment. When we moved it, I was just so busy, like, I'm like, oh, bigger spot, you know, didn't really focus. I'm just like, oh my God, you know? And then when you really look at it, you realize, like, how much stuff you have. You don't know until you move it. You're like, oh my God, I can't believe I have all that crap. But, yeah, so that's that. This is pretty much the video. I just wanted to throw a few things out there that a couple of my friends have been asking, that I haven't seen in forever. They're like, you know, they text me like, yo, man, what's going on? How you been? You know, what's the deal? You know, you get married, you moving, what are you doing? You know, well, yeah, so there's a couple answers. But like I said, this is also a gateway. If you want to ask any questions of little old me, if I can answer them, I will be more than happy to answer them. I don't know everything. I'll flat out say it. There's tons of stuff I don't know. But if I can answer it, I'll definitely answer it. If there's more than a couple of questions there, I will make a video. Who knows? So, there you go. So thank you all for watching this lovely rambling questionnaire, answered question somewhat thing. I don't know what the hell it is. But anyway, thank you all for watching. And remember, it's not the size of your man cave that matters. It's what you have in it. And I have a lot of stuff. Later, everyone.